Hello, everybody. Hello. It is Tuesday, 29th of March 2016. Welcome to the third episode of the MMA segment. The MMA segment, episode 3. Today we have 6 guests, I believe. We start off with Shay Walsh at about 1:30. Then Paul Byrne comes on to discuss his last 2 losses at 2. And then at 2:30 we have UFC Middleweight Scott Askham. BAMMA lightweight Jack McGann follows him at 3:30. Matt Hallam, who is due to fight at BAMMA 24 this past March, will be coming on. And then finally, to close off the show, at about 4 p.m, we'll have BAMMA Featherweight Champion, and the man who will challenge for the BAMMA Bantamweight Championship at BAMMA 25. The number one top prospect outside the UFC in various different lists, Tom Duquesnoy. So that's Shay Walsh, Paul Byrne, Scott Askham, Matt Hallam, and of course finishing off with Tom Duquesnoy. So we're gonna go. We got about 30 minutes before anybody comes on. So I'm just gonna talk. Read this recently. I read Ronda My Fight, Your Fight. Still a little bit unsure what to think. It was, I tell you what, there's the first few chapters. I especially enjoyed the chapter that it's just called Fight Night, and she runs you through everything, basically why she fights, what it's like on Fight Night, and things like that. But I felt like as the book went on, I felt like I'd never finish it, really. I mean, I was only reading it for like 3 days or 4 days, but I just kind of felt like it started very, 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 very well. But I think there was some bits in the book that didn't need to be there, that could have been left out, that didn't need to be there. Some paragraphs, some chapters really didn't need to be there. So, what can you do? But I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'm looking to kind of get into reading more fighters' books, because I did enjoy that. Maybe a little bit long. I think it was like 400 pages long. But I'm not usually a book person. I just tend to watch television. Right. I'm thinking about buying Matthew's book here. I asked on Twitter what book I should buy, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody told me to buy Matthew's book. Apparently, it shows him up to be a really, really, really bad person, and I'm kind of interested. To see what that's about. There was another one that I was told to look at, which I actually can't remember, which I'll check now because I've hit my likes. Right, so I was told to read Matt Hughes' book and Uriah Faber's book. Faber's one would be interesting, I assume. So let's talk about. Let me just message Shay. Okay, so let's look at some upcoming cards. So actually, ICFC have one coming up April 16th. So I'm gonna try and get down to that. That's in Wrexham. There's the main event of that card is Anthony Thomas and Adam Ventura. A little bit of bad blood there actually. Thomas has already beat Ellis Thompson, who is part of Next Generation MMA, the gym that Adam trains in. So a little bit of bad blood there. We obviously have Cage Warriors coming up. Cage Warriors 75. The return of Cage Warriors, which should be very, very fun. Looking forward to that a lot. Cage Warriors coming back in May or April. It's April, May. I believe it's May. Also coming up actually is Rise Champions 2. Brad Pickett's show. The second show is coming up. Rise Champions 1 took place in, I believe it was October last year, but don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. But that was a very, very fun card. It was mainly amateur, but it finished off with a few pro bouts. And it was phenomenal, you know, it was really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. The not just the fighters, but the event staff, the Becky, the head communications, Brad, everybody there was absolutely brilliant. So I really did enjoy that. That was fun. Looking forward to go back to the second one. I'm unsure what date it is actually. It's in. Let me just write. So obviously on the first show it was headlined by Bill Beaumont and David Round, and it was kind of Beaumont fights outside and fights at Brad Pickett's gym. So it was his big test, really, his big chance to show the world what he's made of, and he finished it in under a minute. Finished it in under a minute, landed a head kick, which kind of caught David Round off guard. And that was that was the end of that, really. it was over then, basically. I don't think. I think I only uploaded actually one or two interviews there because the sound was off and things like that. Because at that point, I didn't have a microphone. I just had a camera, and we only realized when we were there after we'd actually conducted a few interviews that it weren't gonna work, basically, because the crowd was so loud. It was just impossible to can't deal with that. So, we went home afterwards. We bought a microphone and things like that. So I'll get more. Don't worry. I will definitely get more next time around, which is Rise Champions 2, Saturday the 23rd of April. So just under a month away, which is very, very exciting. Should be a very fun, exciting card. Let's look at some of the fights. Some I've noticed some names on here that I already know, so that's good. Quite a few names actually. So they've got three so far. They've got three professional main card bouts, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 amateur bouts. Sorry. So again, it's 11 fights already, and they're not done. They're nowhere near done yet. So that card should be very, very fun. Right, so as I was saying, about 15 minutes until Shay Walsh comes on. He's just getting ready and things like that. He's due on a half one, so that should be on time. We also have 5 other guests. Shay Walsh at 1:30, Paul Byrne at 2, Scott Askham at 2:30, Jack McGann joins us at 3, Matt Hallam at 3:30, and Tom Duquesnoy at 4. Let's just talk about this book a little bit. So to start off with, it just talks about Rousey's. The first few chapters are about fight night and fighting. Why. First few chapters. If I can get them. Why I fight night. I was born ready. Winning is the greatest feeling in the world. Things like that. So fight night. I really, really enjoyed it. Thought it was very fun. Really, really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun reading it. But as it kind of went on, as it goes on, it gets more into her personal life. And it just goes from, her judo days to now. I think it finishes after the Sarah McMahon fight, I believe. Oh no, sorry, no, it doesn't. It finishes after the. I think it's the Alexis Davis fight. I'm unsure. I can't. Let me just. It may have been. Yeah, it was the Katangano fight actually. So following the Katangano fight, that was the end of the book. It kind of it was good. It just felt like it dragged on a little bit, and that's the worst thing that can possibly that I that's one thing I really don't like when a book drags on. So obviously I was kind of it just felt to me, I kept thinking, oh, I'll finish it today. I'll finish it in the next 30 minutes. I'll finish it in the next, and I just never seemed to finish. So about that. Saw a little video. Let's talk a little bit about. Let me just get it up here. So let's talk a little bit about ICE FC 13, the upcoming event for ICE. I was obviously at ICE FC 11. 11, yeah, in Liverpool in the, is it the Liverpool Olympia or the Grand Hall? I think it was the Grand Hall Central. ICE FC 13 is, sorry, not 14. Did I say 13? I think I said 13. But on ICE FC 14, actually, it's just announced the main event 2 days ago. Chris Fishgold against Andrew Fisher. That should be very fun. That's for the lightweight title. So one man will be walking around away with gold around the waist. So they've got ICE FC 13 coming up April 16th in the Glenora Sports Centre in Wrexham. Butchered that one. They have ICE FC 14 coming up in the Grand Central Hall in Liverpool. That's May 21st. ICE FC 15, would you look at this? ICE FC 15 in Copenhagen, Denmark. That, I tell you what, that is very impressive for a promotion. Because, look, ICE aren't as well known as Cage Warriors or BAMMA. I mean, BAMMA have only, the furthest BAMMA have gone out to is Ireland. Cage Warriors have been to, they actually went to Copenhagen too. That's the furthest they went out. So I think Cage Warriors is the only like UK MMA promotion to actually try something like this. I think guys are gonna go do well. They're gonna, from what I'm hearing, they're gonna try and get a mix of Copenhagen, Danish fighters, and just local fighters, fighters from the UK to come over and travel with them. And I did say to I actually did say to ICE that I may try and get out there. I'm not sure how likely that's going to be because I've got college and things like that to deal with. But I'll try my best. And then ICFC 16, of course, ICFC 15 is in the Sundby Idrætspark Copenhagen Arena / whatever that is. And then ICFC 16, of course, is in the Temple Park Leisure in South Shields. So they've got a Welsh event, two British events, two English events, sorry, and an event in Denmark, which is very it should be fun. I'm actually sure what's fully gone on between Adam Venter and Azzy Thomas, but it's probably got something to do with the fact that Azzy Thomas has defeated Ellis Hampson, which is Adam Venter's teammate. So it probably has got more to it than that. So that should be very, very fun. Well, the UFC next. Let's have a look at that. Let's also have a look at BAMMA's next card because BAMMA have got a cracking card lined up. Honestly, BAMMA never failed to disappoint, but this is something else. Really, really is. It's looking phenomenal. I'm really excited for this card. BAMMA 25. It's got some up and coming, very established talent. Yeah, it's pretty much got everything like that you could hope for in the fight card. Every thing is about BAMMA, they're not. They seem to manage to get their best fighters on every single card, but the events aren't spaced out too much. They'll have an event once every 2 or 3 months, and I mean, Ice is surprising to me because they have an event. They have a lot of events, honestly, and for a promotion that's not as well known as the bigger promotions like BAMMA or Cage Warriors, as I said, they're doing a very, very good job, and I can see them going a long, long, long way. They're putting on events pretty much at least once a month, at least, and they're also getting world class fighters to fight in that card. They're getting, even if it's not a world class fighter, it's a well known name. Not stupid. They don't go out and get about and that may deliver. They go out and get somebody that draws attention, draws fans and things like that, and that's what they're doing for the last few cards now. So the BAMMA 25, honestly, BAMMA 25 is going to be incredible. May 14th, the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham. Been to the Barclaycard twice now. Yeah, I went for BAMMA 21 and BAMMA 23. Right, let's get Shay Walsh prepped to come on. Hopefully he's ready. Should be ready indeed. Okay. So Shay should be on in the next few minutes. Hopefully, just send him a message. So he'll be on soon. But that BAMMA 25 card, it's got a 2, 3, four title fights so far. We've got in the main event, we have Shay Walsh, who's about to come on against Tom Duquesnoy, who's coming on as our last guest. That should be an amazing fight. Tom Duquesnoy obviously made his Bantamweight debut last time out, and impressed. Stopped Damien Rooney, knocked him out cold in the first round at BAMMA 24. We also have Martin Stapleton against Damian Lapilus. Damian Lapilus getting that title shot. Stapleton obviously coming off a win over Gavin Sterrett at BAMMA 23. And Damian Lapilus coming off a win over Jack McGann at BAMMA 23. An upset win, an impressive win over Jack McGann, which is phenomenal. Fantastic performance, and ended up getting a submission. Also, Mark Godby and Stu Austin, the BAMMA Heavyweight Champion versus the Lonsdale Heavyweight Champion. Godby won the vacant title at BAMMA 21. Dominated Paul Taylor and took home gold. Stu Austin, last time out at BAMMA 23, stopped Thomas Denham. TKO Thomas Denham in the second round to take home the Lonsdale title. A lot of confusion around that, actually. So basically what happened, Stu Austin was meant to fight. I think Stu Austin and Tom Denham were both meant to fight different opponents. And somebody pulled out and it ended up being a title fight. But I honestly don't know. Who knows? But obviously Mark Godby retired recently. Retired and decided that he weren't going to retire. He just needs a little bit of time off and come back. Now he's back. He's defending his title and they're hoping to win another one. We also have Mark Casey vs. K Musa in a huge grudge match. And these guys have been talking a lot of trash. I've interviewed Mark a few times. And he's looking forward to this fight. Funnily enough, they both say that they like each other. They both say that they like one another. They both it's just, to hype up the fight. They're both saying that the other guys trying to take what they've earned, so they're not happy about it. But honestly, it's lively. It's lively. Another big fight on that card. Colin Fletcher. The freak show, you might recognize his name, Colin Fletcher, the man that took part on The Ultimate Fighter not so long ago. Fought in the UFC a few times. He is he's a wacky personality, shall we say. Or he faces Walter Gerhardt. So Walter Gerhardt is 14-0 now. In fact, 15-0 now, I believe. I think he fought last week or the week before, or sometime along there. We also have Ronnie Mann versus Jason Turner. Obviously, both recently signed. Matt Hallam, who's coming on later, he faces Marcin Prosko. Ed Arthur, who was on last week's show, faces Cameron Else. Mario Saeed, who was on the first episode of the MMA segment, he lost at BAMMA 24. He lost to BAMMA 24 was in February, actually. I said it in March. It was the 27th of February, I've just realised. But at BAMMA 24, Mario Saeed lost to Miles Price. Got thrown with the body shot. Tailed up. And then just as he got hit twice after that, he tried to grab the leg, but it was too late. The referee had stepped in, stopped the fight, and that was it. And he gave me a little bit of grief on Twitter, Mario Saeed. I just mentioned that because I said to him, I didn't know if I would stop the fight or not. And then I watched it again and I realised that I would stop the fight, so I just said, yeah, I would stop the fight. And he didn't take it too well, as it happens. Didn't seem to enjoy that. He faces Tobias Reed. Tobias Reed coming off a big decision win at FCC 15? I believe so. FCC 15 in Bolton. Some really, really, really good fights on that card. Rick Silverhara returns. He last time out at BAMMA, he was knocked out by Mark Dikise in it was quick. I Herbert fights, Mike Grundy fights, a lot of world class. The top end of that card. You're gonna have to look a very long way to find a card that even comes close to match this year in UK MMA. It's phenomenal. Really, really happy about that. Next up for the UFC, we have UFC Zagreb, which takes place in Croatia. Zagreb, Croatia. We do that. Could you believe that? 13 fight card in Croatia on April 10th. Let's just go through. Ian M. Whistle's back, the Englishman. He is back. Maybe Tyson fights. Nicholas Dalby's back. He fights Zach Cummings. Dalby obviously coming off that incredible fight with Darren Till. Obviously ended in a draw. Also on that card, Manina Moroz fights. Igor Pekrajic fights Jan Blachowicz. And it's Francis Ngannou fights as well. Francis Ngannou, if you didn't see his UFC debut, you're missing out because that was incredible. It really was superb. It was crazy. It was just, he landed some really hard shots, and then it was obviously a big, big, big uppercut that put the lights out for his opponent. Also on that card, in the co-main event, a big, big heavyweight clash between the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, and Gabriel Gonzaga. Somebody's going to go to sleep in that one. I expect it to be, in my opinion, it'll be Gabriel Gonzaga going to sleep. I think I think it'll be an explosive bout while it lasts. But should be fun. And then in the main event of the evening, of course, Junior Dos Santos returns for the first time since he was knocked out by Alistair Overeem, which went too long ago. Actually, I think it's like 3 or 4 months ago. He faces Ben Rothwell's coming off that big go-go choke victory. Over Josh Barnett, become the first man to submit Josh Barnett, and what a feat that is. So we have Shay Walsh. He should be, let me just. Sorry about this. Here we go. let's proceed with Shay Walsh. So Shay Walsh starts, of course, and then after him we have Paul Byrne. And it's shaping to be a very, very fun show. Hopefully, everybody actually makes it and everybody can come on and things like that. I think they should be able to. Here he is, the man himself, Shay Walsh. Shay, thanks for coming on, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. No worries, thanks for having me.
No. So you train in Thailand quite a lot now at Tiger Muay Thai. Have you been back there since your victory over Ed Arthur?
I have, yeah. I was back out there. I've been back home for probably a fortnight or so. I've been training to fight on this date for a long time, so I went out there a little early on and just considered it more of a skills-based camp. Did a lot of martial arts training, and I didn't really have to worry too much about my conditioning or my weight. I was just focusing on getting better. And now I'm back home at the moment. I'm in England until next week, working with my brother. But my brother's been my coach since day one, so it's really important training for me. And then I'm back in Taiwan next week for before the fight.
Okay, so you obviously have a partner and a child now. Is it harder for you now that you have a child to go over and train in Thailand and actually leave them behind?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a big sacrifice, but luckily I've got a very understanding girlfriend, and I'm at that stage in my career now where I'm getting there, and I need to put everything into these fights, especially fighting Tom. It's a very big fight for me. They understand, and it's hard to leave the baby, but it also allows me just to really focus 100%. I get out there, and I'm just breathing, eating, sleeping MMA. So.
Yeah. How long are you going to be out in Thailand when you go next week?
I'm going to do the same as what I did for the last couple of fights and return home the weekend before the fight. Just gives me a chance just to get back on English time, and all the training will be done by then. The last week will just be going over stuff nice and light and making weight basically.
Yeah. So did you see Tom Duquesnoy's bantamweight debut?
I did, yeah, of course. I watched. I knew this fight has been on the cards for a long time. We were both in the featherweight division where he held the belt, and I knew he wasn't a big featherweight. I expected him to be dropping down at some point, so I knew this fight was on the cards for a long time. And yeah, I watched. Very impressive. He's very dangerous. Powerful strikes. Tough test.
Yeah, of course. Tom, obviously, he's known as the number one prospect outside the UFC. He's expected to join the UFC when his contract expires up. I think this is his. I think he's got two fight. I think he's got two fights left, and after this one, he'll have one left. Does that kind of all the hype around him? Do you pay much attention to that? Do you listen to that?
I mean, it's good. It's good that there's a lot of hype around him, and I agree he's a top prospect. I mean, the things he's achieved, especially because of his age. He's quite a few years younger than me, and I can agree that he's got a big future in the sport. But I'm here to throw put something in the works, and them plans of winning two more fights and joining the UFC aren't going to happen for him this time around.
Yeah. Well, how many fights have you got left on your BAMMA contract?
I've just signed a extension actually, so I've got two more after this. Three altogether. Two more after this.
And you plan on what you plan on doing after the expire? Do you plan on signing back with BAMMA? Any plans for the future in that regard?
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of fights already. Obviously, we'll see how it plays out at the time. My short-term plans of beating Tom, establishing myself as one of the top bantamweights outside of the UFC, and then leaving myself in a good position for. I like BAMMA. Renegotiating a contract there is a possibility, but like I say, after a couple more wins, I'm going to be I'm going to be the hottest prospect outside of the UFC. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So obviously, Tom's his only. I mean, last a few fights ago, he was probably the toughest test of his career against Brendan. How are you gonna try and beat Tom? Are you gonna try and kind of exploit his ratio? What are you ideally gonna try and do in there?
I mean, it's a tough fight for both of us. We can both pose problems, but like you say, not giving too much away. We've got a game plan worked out, and I do believe I have what it takes to beat him. I've been in there with very tough guys over many years, over 2 weight categories. Obviously, he has as well been. And this is my time now. He's like I say, he's a great prospect, but he's not at the same stage of his career as me. He's that little bit younger. This is my time now. I'm coming into my prime, and I'm going to show that everyone on May 14th.
Yeah. So last time you fought at BAMMA 23, it was arguably your most impressive performance to date. Do you expect to top that? What were the positives you took out of that, and any negatives that you found?
To be honest, I found quite a few negatives. I know a lot of people were saying it was a great performance, but I know I can do better, and this time I'll show it. I still made mistakes against Ed, even though like you say, it was a dominant performance. But I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I know what I'm capable of. So I took, to be honest, quite a few negatives from it. Fight of the year is all good, but I can perform better than that.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything in particular that you thought you'd work on that really, really stood out?
A few things really. Got hit a little bit too much. Ed clipped me with a little shot in the first round, which had me stumbling back. I felt fine in there, but he did catch me. Obviously, need to be very careful with Tom, as he's proved his one punch power. So I can't be making mistakes like that. So I'm hard on myself, and we need a nice flawless performance over the next one.
Yeah, Tom actually, as I mentioned last time, it was his bantamweight debut. Missed weight first time round, but he did manage to make it. Do you think that's going to kind of, because as you did mention, he's not a big featherweight at all. Do you think making weight's going to be tough for him?
Don't know, to be honest. I was quite surprised. I knew he wasn't a big featherweight. His frame is more of a bantamweight size, so I was a bit surprised when he missed weight on the first time. I don't think it'll play much of a factor. I'll be 100% prepared. I'll be on them scales. First attempt at championship weight. Obviously, this time around you don't get the allowance either. He needs to make 135. So I'm sure he'll make it, but I've done it a few times before now. I actually did a test cut before the first time I fought at bantamweight as well. I'll be 100% prepared in that aspect, and I just hope that he changes a few things and makes the weight properly.
How much attention did you actually pay to the fight between Tom and Damien? Obviously, Tom told me a few weeks out that if he won this, he was getting the title shot. Did you really tune in for that one, or was it just a casual watch?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Thailand, so it was the time difference. The time difference wasn't great for me. I wasn't that interested where I was staying up late. I had training to do the next day, so I was in bed normal time, and I just caught it the next day. I expected Tom to win, and I never paid crazy amount of attention to other fights because he did great in that, but I will not do what Damien Rooney did. We're two different fighters. I can see that I can watch any of his fights, but I'm not going to do the same things as other guys have done. So I don't pay a crazy amount of attention to it. I just I caught the fight the next day. I saw the result, and then I knew the talks were going to be on for making this bantamweight title fight.
Okay, so just before I let you go, I've got a question for you. I'm going to ask this to everybody today. when you're done fighting, when you've hung up your gloves, you're completely done, and you're talking to your family or friends or anybody, what do you hope to tell them that you've achieved in the sport of mixed martial arts?
That's a good question. Defending world titles, but just I want to be remembered as not only an exciting fighter, but someone that could adapt to all different styles and was always well prepared no matter who he was fighting. Good shape, good heart, and ready to go against anyone in the world. And this fight now is perfect timing for me. I'm performing better than ever. Like I say, I'm coming into my peak now, and the Tom fight is the exact fight I need. There wasn't really any other bantamweight standing out massively in the division, and already a lot of people are talking about this fight. To be headlining this card is already like a great achievement, and this is just going to boost my career further and further and take me on to those massive shows.
Yeah, it's BAMMA 25 is a phenomenal fight card. Some really, really good fights on there. Yours is one of them, Shay. Good luck. Thanks for speaking, and hopefully I'll catch you afterwards.
All right, no worries. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon.
So there he is, the BAMMA Bantamweight Champion, Shay Walsh, puts his title on the line against Tom Duquesnoy at BAMMA 25. I want to be remembered as not only exciting, but somebody who can adapt to every single style and is ready to go against anybody. Shay Walsh's words, people. He is he wants this. Needless to say, that's kind of, I'd assume he wants it. Next up, we have Paul Byrne. I'm just gonna get in touch with him now. That was fun. Shay obviously looking very motivated. He's going back to Thailand. Going back to Thailand next week. A lot of improvements around Shay since starting to train with Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. Not exactly sure when exactly he went out, but he's been a different animal since then. I remember seeing him at BAMMA 21, obviously with a phenomenal performance over Gaz Pilot. Phenomenal win over Gaz Pilot too. I remember seeing him at BAMMA 23 too. Didn't fight at BAMMA 22. I think it was just BAMMA 23 fought that. Yeah, I think it was on. Phenomenal. Fight of the night, fight of the year, fight of whatever. It was really, really, really phenomenal. Right. Let's discuss a different sport. So I don't think it'll be wild, known across America or things like that. But Chris Eubank Jr. fought Nick Blackwell on Saturday night, and was it Friday night? I'm not sure exactly when it was, but it was the referee stopped the fight in the 10th round, and Eubank Jr. was it was really hard to see because Nick Blackwell was just getting lit up for the last few rounds from like round 6 or 7 to round 10. He was just getting lit up, getting nailed with uppercuts, and he really weren't doing too well, in all honesty. Really weren't doing too well. I think that honestly, he weren't throwing much back. He was defending himself well. He was getting, Eubank Jr. would throw 5 punches and only land 3, but still, it really should have been stopped. It really should have been stopped. And I think it was in the 10th round. Eubank Jr. landed something, and basically what happened was Nick Blackwell's eye, it just swelled up straight away into it was incredible. It really was bad, it looked to me straight away. I just assumed that he broke his orbital bone. His eye was it gone from not swollen at all to completely shut in the space of 45 seconds. So it was it was incredible. It really was. It went good. So the referee got the doctor to look at it. Doctor looked at it, decided he couldn't continue, couldn't see out of that eye, and stopped the fight. But Blackwell was taken out of the ring on a stretcher, which was said to just be a precautionary thing. But reports confirmed late that night that Blackwell had he'd suffered a bleed on the brain, so it's obviously not good. I believe I haven't heard any updates yet, but from what I heard a few nights ago, he's still in the induced coma, which is obviously not good at all. But what can you do? Boxing's a tough sport. Hopefully he pulls through. We're all rooting for him. But on a lighter note, a fight just been announced, I believe, is Tom Breeze versus Nick Strickland. This should be very, very fun. Let me just. Tom Breeze, of course, a very, very hot prospect at the moment, shall we say. He's coming off that win at UFC London. Unanimous decision win, not the most impressive performance, but at the end of the day, he got the job done, and that's all that matters, really. I cannot express, but I cannot express the hate I have for Bing. The Bing search engine really, really bugs me. It really does. Honestly. Don't even know what it is, to be honest. It's just, it bugs me. It really, really bugs me. And it's my laptop always seems to set the search engine as Bing. And I'll literally change it back and turn it off, come back on, but an hour later, and it's back at Bing. I can't do anything about it. It's so frustrating. It really is very frustrating. But nevertheless, we'll get on with it. As I was talking about the book before Shay joined, we just, it was very very good to start off with. It was honestly, it was giving me chill. I kind of have a newfound respect for Ronda after this book. She's been through so much. She's she's battled through a lot. Honestly, she's battled through a real lot. She's never had it easy, and good on her. She's done a very good job of kind of battling through and making sure that she's mentally there and she's not giving up. She never gives up. She never taps her submission. She's had elbows on numerous occasions because she refused that. Good on her. That's what I say. Good on her. Right, let's get it. My back is yeah, so Paul Byrne should be on very very soon. Just not going around the 2-5 losing streak. He was 7-0, I believe. 7-0, yeah, I think so. And lost after Clan Wars. I think it was Clan Wars. I think it was Clan Wars 23, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, fourth, Andy did most recently, BAMMA 24. In a fight that he was kind of expected to win, people were kind of looking at the fight as if it's kind of like Andy Devent was kind of declining as a fighter. He was on his way out, he's not the youngest guy, but he done well, he done very, very well. They ended up engaging a little for a little while, and then after a crazy scramble, it was it was Anthony who took Paul Byrne's back and just smashed him. It was 2 or 3 shots and Paul Byrne went out cold, so very, very unfortunate Paul Byrne. Obviously made his BAMMA debut at BAMMA 22 and stopped Conor Cook in the first round. That was impressive. Just a head kick that dropped Conor Cook and then followed up with punches. Paul should be doing anytime soon. That changes that on the let me just okay. Right there a second. Are you ready? There you go. So as I mentioned, Paul Byrne last out at BAMMA 24, lost to Andy Dillon, of course. From what I'm hearing, obviously BAMMA got BAMMA 25 coming up on May 14th. I believe so. And after that, from it, they're going back to Dublin. I can't say much more than that, but they're going back to Dublin in June. Let me just check. Just see. June 4th, going back to Dublin, apparently. So that should be very fun. BAMMA shows in Dublin always are very, very fun. I can kind of, I don't know. No, never mind. I thought I had I got my phone. Yep, we'll pass that. Paul Byrne should be on anytime soon, just message him, but no, yeah. He's ready. So, right, here he is, we have him. Paul Byrne. Paul, thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks for coming on. So, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear John, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, obviously, you made your BAMMA debut at BAMMA 22 in Dublin not too long ago. And it's fair to say you based onto the scene, head kick, knockout, over head kick, and finish off with punches. Since then, you're 0-2. What went wrong in them bouts after the BAMMA debut? What went wrong?
I was going so well. I was 6-0, 6 knockouts. It was big things lined up, and for me, I think it was there was a lot of pressure to succeed. For me, and it brought on a lot of pressure on me when I was fighting, and it brought on fear of success, and that alone brought on fear of failure, and then that stopped me from maintaining proper focus on the lead up to the fight, and it hindered my performance in the fights. It stopped me from fighting to my true potential, So it's a psychological problem with me, and I need to get that sorted. Once I get that sorted, I'll be back, and I'll be back stronger, and I'll be hard to beat once I get this sorted.
Okay, so go on, sorry.
Yeah, like it's MMA, like you can have just having a bad run at the moment, that's the way it is, I just have to face it, come back stronger. That's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, of course. So you said it was, mainly psychological. Is there, obviously nobody likes losing, but is there any pressure kind of gone now that you're no longer undefeated?
Sorry, John, what was that?
I said, is there any pressure that's gone now that you're no longer undefeated? Is there any pressure that's off your shoulders?
At least I've lost now, and I'm not. It's not. I'm not that bothered about it. I'm just going to deal with it. And as I said, I'm going to come back and come back stronger from my losses. Learn from my failures. There's no success without you have to learn from your failure.
What are you going to actually do to work on them psychological issues?
Well, I'm going to see a hypnosis now on Thursday. We're going to do a 2-hour session with him. And see how that goes on. I've read a couple of books. I'm just I'm just gonna work on my on the mind management for a while and see how that goes. But hopefully the hypnosis should help me. I have all the skills. I can You know, I'm strong, I'm fit, like I can fight, like, and it's just need to get this sorted in the head, and once I get that done, I should be back on track. You know.
Yeah. So obviously, BAMMA have an event coming up in May, which I assume it's a little bit too early for you. From what I'm hearing, from what I assume, they're probably going to go to Dublin after this in June. Are you kind of looking to be on that Dublin card, or do you
Yeah, I
want?
looked like I didn't go back training yet because I actually popped my knee out in that last fight. I don't know if anyone noticed, but when Andy was going in for a takedown, my left knee went in slightly to the inside and just popped the knee, and it's just taken a long time to heal. So once I get that, should be another week. I get back training and then just see where I go from there. You know, I'd love to get back. I'd love to get onto the BAMMA card again in June. You know.
You know, obviously, I assume it's been very tough for you to kind of, yeah, after the fight. It must have been tough, you know, with your psychological issues and things like that. What have you been doing? Obviously, you haven't been back to training yet. What have you been doing since the fight?
Like as I said, I've been reading up on the psychological warfare of combat sports. A couple of books I read. You know, I've been getting in contact with the hypnosis guys, stuff like that. I've been just doing little light bit here in the gym at home. If we gym at home, no, just taking over, but nothing major. You know, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it. You know, should be another week, I'd say, and I get back into it and get
Okay.
back then.
So going into that fight against that Andy Devent, did you know something was up? Did you kind of know
Um,
inside that?
for that when I fight against Andy Devant, I was beat before I entered the cage. You know, like I was having negative thoughts in the dressing room, and you know, there's no good. Like, you know, I was beating myself up before I even fought. Like, you know, and once I get into the cage, you know, my mind wasn't there, and all the training I've done just went out the window. You know, I didn't like people like I know I come from a stand-up background, but like I can grapple, like, you know, and I'm not getting to show it because I'm losing focus on the fight, and it's just going out the window on me. But I'll fix this problem and come back.
Yeah. So of course, other than the knee injury, anything else that's kind of bothering you after the fight?
Sorry.
Any other than the knee injury, are there any other injuries after the
No,
fight?
no. Like he just got me on the button, you know, and like when I don't remember leaving the cage, like, and but after I come back from the hospital, like I don't have any pain anywhere or nothing like that, you know, like the only injury was my knee. Um, You know, just not that was it really. Like I didn't feel any pain in my face or wherever he hit me. I think he got me on the jaw. He just got me on the reset, and
Yeah.
that's the way it goes. You know.
So just before I let you go, I'm going to ask to every guest today. When you are completely done with fighting, you've hung your gloves up, and you're talking to your family or friends, what do you hope to say you achieved in mixed martial arts?
I'm just enjoying it at the moment, and I think I can, you know, if I perform, you know, at my best, I can mix it up with the best, you know, and I just want to prove to everyone and prove to myself that I can do it, and I'm just looking forward to coming back from this, and coming back strong from these losses.
Well, thanks for coming on. Hopefully, you know, the hypnosis goes well. Hopefully, you come back to BAMMA and perform to the best of your ability. Thanks for coming on, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon.
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks, mate. There he is, Paul Byrne. That's yeah, you know, very, very, very happy. You know, it's good to see that he actually is able to meet it head on. Good to see that he's actually, you know, he's not holding it back. He comes in, he says, I have issues because I am, he obviously, I like that, the fact that he didn't try hard, that he didn't say, I was injured or things like that. He just said that he's got a problem mentally. He has a psychological problem, and it's good to see him trying to get that sorted out too. It's good to see that he's not just ignoring it, and he's not just letting it go. He's actually, you know, he's actually spoke about it. He's actually gone. He's reading about it. He's going to get it sorted. So it took a lot to do. Next up, we have Scott Askham, UFC Middleweight Scott Askham. So that should be very, very, very fun. Scott obviously coming off that huge win at UFC London, head kick KO over Chris Dempsey. So let me just, Scott's, in fact, it's not even as, he's due to come on about 2:30. It's only 15 minutes past now, so that should be a little bit to wait. So, of course, as I mentioned before, Paul came on. Cage Warriors returns. April the. Right, let me just. Well, April 15th. On a Friday. That's interesting. I'm not sure. Let me. Not a clue. Not a clue, in all honesty. So it is a Friday. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure why or I don't know. Who knows, eh? Who knows? Sorry about that. Just message Scott, so he should be on soon. Hopefully soon. Who knows? So just confirm Scott is still on for 2:30. So that's good. Have about 10 minutes to wait, just over 10 minutes, so not too long. While we're waiting for Scott, actually, let's talk about somebody who's perhaps a little bit pretty in talk. Page 12 Page runs on to Page, of course, taking a break from fighting for 1,000 fought since a devastating loss to Rose Namajunas in the main event of UFC Fight Night. UFC Fight Night something. I'm not good with the numbers. But she's obviously taking part in Dancing with the Stars, which is where you dance with the stars, funnily enough. So she is with a partner called Mark Wallace, who apparently was injured last night during the dance, and they still got high score. So that is props to that. Props to them. That's pretty phenomenal. Sorry about this. I have not woke up a little bit late, so I have not eaten yet. So let's just look at this. We'll look at the hopefully. Wow. Let me just say, that whoever their partner, I don't think it was Mark Wallace actually done so last night, but whoever their partner is lucky. Very, very lucky guy. Wow. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, he's injured. She danced with somebody called, I don't know his first name, it's just he's down as best, and so good on him. Right. So as I mentioned, we have Mr. Scott Askham next. That's obviously coming off that big win at UFC London over Chris Dempsey. Head kick knockout. That was that was fun. Want to know how that was? I didn't actually get to see the card live because I was in Dublin for BAMMA 24, which is also a phenomenal card. That was very, very, very fun. So, I got home, watched a few of the highlights, and thoroughly enjoyed them. Thoroughly enjoyed the fight that I watched. I only watched about 4 or 5, 6 fights, something like that. So, but the fights I did watch were phenomenal, really, really exciting. I would have, I wouldn't have been disappointed if I would have went to a UFC card instead of BAMMA. I'm not disappointed that I went to BAMMA instead of the UFC because they're both phenomenal, they really were. BAMMA always put on, as I mentioned before, BAMMA always put on phenomenal cards. So they, as I mentioned, they always seem to put on. They seem to put on events that are regular enough, but are also extremely good. They're not 4 events a month, but the once every 2 months, once every month, once every 3 months. The very, very good events as well. It's definitely worth the wait. Definitely, the thing is, Dublin's not that far away, so it's kind of when they hold event in Dublin, it's kind of like kind of like it's like a road trip because what we do, obviously go with my dad as a cameraman, and what we do is we basically just leave at about leave the house at about 3 a.m. We wake up and then we leave at about 4 a.m. We get to Holyhead in Wales at about 8 a.m. In fact, no, we get to Holyhead in Wales at about 6 a.m. and we go into the ferry terminal and we just wait until about 8 a.m. We bought the ferry at about 8:30 and then by about no, I've got it wrong actually. We get there at 8. We bought the ferry at 10 and then by about half the ferry only takes about 3 hours. We get the faster ferry because it's faster. So that takes about 3 hours, and then we get there at about 1, and we just walk around for a little bit until we're allowed in, which is normally about 2 to 3. So that's fun day out, and then we actually leave straight after the fights. We interview a few people, and then when we're ready, we leave. We go to the ferry terminal, and we just sit and wait until about 2 a.m. and then we get the ferry. The event's not finished at about 11. We normally get to the ferry terminal at about 12:30. and then the ferry comes at about 2 a.m. We board the ferry at 2 a.m. and get home. Well, we get to Wales at about 4 or 5 a.m. and then we drive home and we sleep pretty much all day because it's a very, very, very long day. It really is a very long day, but it's a fun day. You know, we have fun. That's what matters. We have fun. So that's very, very good. Next up, as I've mentioned a few times, Scott Askham. Yeah, so Scott coming on to discuss all things fighting. What a surprise that is, considering he is a UFC fighter. Right, let's get Scott on now. Let's just. Scott, 2-2 in the UFC, I believe. I think correct. 2-2. Coming off probably definitely his most impressive performance. Head kick knockout over Chris Dempsey at UFC London, which was it was incredible, incredible, phenomenal. Right. Just message Scott. He should be ready in a few minutes, so it shouldn't take too long. Ah. Right, here we go. Let's get Scott on. Okay. Scott should be on anytime soon. Shouldn't take too long now. Did Scott get a? I wonder if Scott got a bonus for his win at UFC London. I assume he would. I mean, that was phenomenal. It really, really was excellent. What a head kick knockout. Not fully sure though. Just this out. Okay, we're ready. Scott should be joining anytime soon, so that should be very, very fun. Alan Burston, I think it was, that was Paige Randon's partner, so that's... Damn, Daniel. Kind of thinking about doing this podcast pre-recorded because it's so tough to just pardon me, to just sit here and just kind of get people on live without any hitches, without any mistakes, and also to just sit here. honestly it's tough. My back at the moment is not feeling very good. It's been sore for quite a while actually, but sitting up straight is not helping it. So I'm in a lot of pain. I'm slowly dying on the chair. Oh, this is not good. Oh god, that's not good either. Right, let me just... Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right. Just trying to get Scott in. It doesn't seem to be working for him. But it'll all change soon, hopefully. Possibly. Right. Okay, so Scott's going to try one more thing, and then if that doesn't work, I'm just going to have to phone him and then get him on that way. And just... Dun, dun, dun. Right, okay, so... Right, Scott should be on very, very soon. I'm going to have to call him because he has... Oh, I'm just trying to get everything sorted for this. Okay. Let's give Scott a call. Right, here we go. Need to find a better way of doing this. Holding the phone to the microphone is not the best way of doing it. Hello, Scott. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm great. So I think we'll just get right into it. You were kind of undefeated coming into the UFC. You lost your first bout. How just describe the feelings following that bout? You know, losing for the first time and losing your debut. What did it feel like?
Yeah, obviously I never thought to get to UFC, and I felt the time was right. I felt ready, and then obviously I lost, and it hurt. It wasn't a good feeling at all. But off the back of that, I've changed things up. I've moved to ASW. The training's totally different now to what it was. I feel a different animal, and I know for well I can make a run at that title now. I'm not saying I'm ready for that title shot, but it's going to take time. But I'm willing to put that work in, and one day you will see me in them big fights.
Okay, so second time out, of course, you picked up your first win. How much relief was there in you and your training partners after that bout? Was it kind of a sense that
again that was my first time at ASW, and to be honest with you, the one thing that went wrong in the camp, it's very rare that you can say that. There's always some sort of little injury or something in the camp, but the one thing that when I had a solid 16 weeks focusing on Jose Santos, and to get in there and get the finish in first round, it was a fantastic feeling, and obviously everybody was buzzing from camp, from my whole area, everything. I had a good feel about it. In my first UFC win, yeah, I was over the moon.
and then following that you fought in Dublin on the Dublin card and lost a split decision to Christoph Jocko. You know, after the fight, while you're still in the cage waiting for the judges to kind of render the decision, how did you feel you'd done? Do you think you'd done enough to win the fight?
Yeah, I thought I won the fight. When the final bell, when I raised my hands, I thought I'd won the fight. Watching the fight back, I'm like, it's not really a fight that anybody deserves to win. It was a boring fight, really. It was a rubbish fight. But more, I watch Jocko. That's what he does. He makes fights boring, and he seems to get that nod. It's never going to be an exciting fight. He's never going to be in a fight at night contender or anything like that. It's hard to explain what I mean. I know he called me up and that. It looks a lot worse than it was, but it was literally two good strikes. I did all that. Other than that, I felt like I was landing the more clean shots. So I definitely think that the blood played a factor in the judges' minds. I did look like a winner when the final bell went. I did look like a winner. I was covered in blood. But yeah, I'm not one to lose sleep over here. At the time I was gutted. The main thing again was to get back on that track, get a win, and obviously we went on and we did that.
Yes, so most recently, of course, you fought on home turf in London. Was there any, going into the fight, did you feel any more pressure? Was there any, a little bit less pressure? How did you feel going in there?
Yeah, obviously fighting my own crowd in London, it's a big thing. I'm representing on the biggest stage possible in front of my own crowd. I wouldn't say I felt any more pressure. I felt like I got a little bit of buzz off it, if you know what I mean. I went for my own crowd. I needed that win. Everything just felt right. Everything just felt right. I seriously didn't think that I could get a beat that night. And I knew it was going to be my night. So as soon as I got into Altry, I knew it was going to be my night. And what a way to top it off with that bonus. I could have asked for a better. Well, only way I could have asked for a better evening is my teammate won as well. But yeah, for me as a sole fight on my own, was a really good night in the office.
Yes, so as you mentioned, you got the bonus. You picked up a vicious head kick knockout. What did you make of your performance? Before the finish, do you think you're faring well? What did you make of that?
Yeah, I was disappointed that first shoot we got the takedown. It never did out for me. I see a few people saying that he will come from behind KO in a round that I was losing. Again, I can sort of see where they're coming from when they're saying that. He had a little bit of control against Cage, but if you scored it like, I know it's not so much the strike involved, but say just for example, you scored it like a no-gi match. We scored 4 points apiece because we both got a takedown. I think my takedown was better. He did nothing in terms of strikes on the floor. I swept him. I had 2 submissions attempts. I had side control. I was up on the grappling exchanges. I won them by far. So I was behind that. He held me against the cage a little bit, but he never did anything. He held me there, and that was it. The person who was attacking was me. I felt like I said before the fight, he might have been wrestling his whole life. I've been striking me on life. And in terms of MMA, I've been doing it a lot more years than him. I think he's only been professional since 2012. I've been doing it for nearly 9 years now. So I don't think that showed in the fight. I think for the calmer, more composed fighter, I looked better in all areas. Like I say, he got a takedown. I got a takedown, and obviously my takedown was better than his. I threw him on his head. So I'm happy with performance. And that walkaway KO obviously topped it off. It was a good night.
Yeah, so obviously, as I said, it didn't last too long. Were there any injuries that you sustained in the bout, or are you still feeling good?
Say it again, sorry?
Any injuries sustained in the bout?
What, in the fight?
Yeah.
No injuries whatsoever. I'm still injury free now. I'm ready to go. I can't wait to get my news for my next bout. And I don't know when it is or where it's going to be. But I was this guy. That's what I want to be on. It's my dream as a fighter to fight in Las Vegas. So if I don't get this time, I'm just going to keep slugging away, and that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, so when ideally, you said you're looking to get back in, ideally, is there any date in mind or anybody in mind that you want to fight?
No, I haven't got anybody in mind. I don't think I'm going to start calling people out, to be fair. Every day I just want to focus on winning. I don't think I'm in a position to call people out, but I think I got too caught up in that with the Jocko fight. I thought I was too thinking about all the call out and that, and I honestly thought I was better than him in all areas. I still do, to be fair. Even though I won the fight, I still think I'm better than him in all areas. So I was too busy thinking about who I'm going to call out and stuff like that. I'm just going to focus on winning. There's nothing gets you more publicity than winning, and especially when you get a win like I did in the last fight. So I'm going to focus on winning. If I see somebody who takes me or something, maybe I'll call them out. But that does seem to be the thing that gets you noticed when you call the fighters out and stuff. So we'll see. There's a few cards coming up. I've got to-do list on things I want to achieve in UFC and things I want to do, and fighting in Las Vegas is one of them. Just over that pond, really. Brazil, Canada, loads of places that I want to fight. But yeah, I also want to be on the main card as well. That's another one of my goals. So I'm just going to keep slugging away. Get these wins, get my first win streak in UFC. That'll be nice to get back on a win streak as well. But yeah, I'm fit. I'm ready to go. If there's any injuries, I'm ready to go. So we'll see what comes.
Okay, so just before I let you go, I want to ask you a question that I'm going to be asking to everybody today. When you hang up your gloves, when you're completely done with the sport of mixed martial arts, and you're speaking to your friends or family or whoever, what do you hope to say you achieved in this sport?
What to become world champion? If you ask any fighter that, and they say anything different, they're not in it for the right reasons. I'm in this to be world champion. I believe I can be world champion. I know I have the right team around me to become world champion. That's the ultimate goal. I want to sit down and tell my grandchildren when I'm older that I became world champion. That's 100% the goal.
All right, Scott, thanks for coming on, mate. Good luck in your next bout whenever that's announced, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks. There he is, Scott Askham, the man. Right. So that was fun. Scott Askham actually talking about his UFC career this far. Talking about what he wants next, when he wants to fight next. He said he's ready to get back in whenever. If there's any pullouts, if there's any injuries, he's ready. Next up, we have a good. We have, hold on a minute, a good friend of mine. A man that I've been, I think I've interviewed him about 3 or 4 times now. And, you know, really like Jack McGann. We have really, you know, I just get in touch with him and see if he is ready. Send him a text. Should be ready. um, oh. Right. So next up we have Mr. Jack McGann. Following that, we have Matt Hallam. And then after that, we have Tom Duquesnoy. I'm putting the quotes that the fighters are saying when asked about the MMA career, blah blah. You know, Scott Askham just said, "I'm in this to be world champion. I believe I can be world champion." You can find them over on my Twitter at John King MMA. You can also find them on the MMA Segment Twitter. I'm in this to be world champion. I believe I can be world champion, says Scott Askham. I want to prove to myself that I can mix it up with the best, says Paul Byrne. I want to be remembered as not only exciting, but somebody who can adapt to every style and is ready to go against anybody, Shay Walsh. Exciting. Very, Jack McGann's just in traffic, so he shouldn't be too long. In a crash by his house, apparently, which is not good at all. It's not good to hear. Let me just. There we go. As I was saying, Shay Walsh said, I want to be remembered as not only exciting, but somebody who can adapt to every style and is ready to go against anybody. That's good. Good for Shay Walsh. Right. And then, Paul Byrne said, I want to prove to myself that I can mix it up with the best. I'm in this to be world champion. I believe I can be world champion, said Scott Askham. Next up is Jack McGann. He's just, as I mentioned, he's just in traffic around the corner, so shouldn't be too long. Oh. There you go. Jack should be joining us in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Should be fun to have Jack on. Jack McGann obviously coming off that big loss, a big loss at BAMMA 23, an upset loss. I'll admit going into the bout, Damien Lapalus was better than he's better than I thought. I did a little bit of research, but not much. Better than I thought he was, but I did not expect him to win that. What is right. What has you? Right. Sorry about that. So I was just saying. Let's just talk about Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2. Do you guys want to see it? Because I don't. Honestly, I don't really want to see it. I can just, in my opinion, I just don't want to see it at all, really. I didn't really win interested in the first time. Going into the first time, I was just I weren't really interested. I was just thinking, oh yeah, Conor's going to knock him out, and, he's probably going to pick him apart a little bit and then knock him out. And then when it did, I was kind of like, oh wow, that's a surprise. But then 2 days later, I was over it. I didn't want to, I didn't want to watch it again. I just didn't want to think about it. I was just kind of like, so what? I'm out to see it again. It's a very smart move, a very smart business move. Very, very smart business move to put that fight together again, because obviously both guys turn heads, both guys make a lot of money, both guys earn well. Conor McGregor earns a lot of money, Nate Diaz earned a lot of money for fighting Conor McGregor. But you know what I'm saying. But I think in the rematch, I really don't want to see it. Obviously I'll probably watch it, but do I want to see it? Would I pay for it? I would definitely wouldn't pay for it. Definitely would not pay for it. I just feel as if Connor's either going to knock him out in one punch or Connor's just going to pick him apart for 5 rounds. Just think like you're not going to see Nate Diaz give up, are you? You're going to see Nate Diaz go, oh yeah, I don't want to be here. Like Chad Mendes did. Chad Mendes got tired. He gave up. He tailed up against the cage, and the referee stepped into the fight. Nate Diaz isn't going to do that. Nate Diaz is just going to, just keep taking punches. And if Conor gasses before Nate Diaz, which he most probably will, which he did in his first fight, even if Conor reserves his energy and is smart and efficient with his energy, he's not going to be anywhere near as fit as Nate Diaz. Because although he's got excellent punching power and he's probably got pretty good cardio, he doesn't run triathlons, he doesn't take part in triathlons, he doesn't do this and that and whatever Nate Diaz does. He may be fit, but he's not as fit as Nate Diaz, so really not interested in seeing that fight again. So, as I was saying, I don't want to see the fight. Honestly, I'd rather see Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo 2 than Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2. I think what I think they're doing though, I think they're saving Conor Frankie for MSG. If they can time that right and put it in there, that'll be phenomenal. But Frankie's been out for quite a while now. He's been out since he stopped Chad Mendes, so it very, very interesting. I just kind of feel as if there's Conor McGregor been so many new fans to the sport. It just kind of like, you like Conor fights and people don't even know his opponent. A lot of people didn't know Jose Aldo wasn't. Jose Aldo's one of the most famous champions in UFC history. A lot of people didn't know Nate Diaz wasn't. Nate Diaz is one of the most well-known fights in UFC history. People and it really bugged me. People aren't UFC fans, they're Conor McGregor fans. It's just like, oh, I love the UFC, I can't wait for Conor McGregor to fight. Well, who's he fighting? I don't know. You know what I mean? They're not UFC fans, they're Conor McGregor fans, and it really, it's great for the sport. It's getting a lot more attention. It's getting a lot more mainstream, and that's primarily down to Conor. But it does bug me at the same time when I honestly don't. I don't mind people. If people want to watch the sport because they like Conor McGregor, fair enough. Let them watch the sport because they like Conor McGregor. But if people want to watch the sport because they like Conor McGregor and don't like anybody else, and I've only ever watched the Conor McGregor fight, and then want to argue with me saying that Conor McGregor is better than this guy and this guy because of this and this, don't do that. Because I don't like when people try and argue with me and they don't know nothing about what we're arguing about. A lot of people just know Conor McGregor is a fighter and he's fighting somebody on Saturday. You know what I mean? It's not like Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz at UFC 196. It's like Conor McGregor is fighting on Saturday. Don't even know what event it is. In all honesty, it's just Saturday. it does bug me a little bit, but you know, what can you do? That it's good in a way, yeah, but you know, still a little bit annoying. As I mentioned, Jack McGann should be here soon. He's just downloading the app, so it shouldn't take too long now. We have, after Jack McGann, we have Matt, and then after that we have BAMMA Featherweight Champion, BAMMA Featherweight Champion, Tom Duquesnoy, and that's the end of the show. Tom's just come on in about an hour at 4 o'clock, so not too long to wait now. Oh, it's really feeling it. I mean, I've got a chair upstairs, which is actually a real computer chair, and it's good, but it's just too big for this environment, really. It's just kind of like I'm in a small, you know, kind of crowded environment. There's tables and radiators and plugs, so I can't really get away from anything. So it wouldn't fit down here. So I may start doing this upstairs because it's a lot easier.
Hello?
I'll have to see what I can do. Hello, right, we have him. Here we go. We have
Sorry
Jack
about that, mate.
McGann.
I had a few little issues.
Don't worry about it, mate. It's completely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, the stuck in traffic crash and things like that. Right, let's get right into it. So last time out, BAMMA 23, you're upset by Frenchman Damien Laplace. What I understand, you know, I've spoke to you since, and it was a lot of it was down to kind of fighting a lot too often. What went wrong prior to the fight?
There was a few things. It wasn't like, you know, not making excuses to get beat. Damien was the best guy on the night, and he won the fight. That's it. But obviously, there's reasons why I didn't perform the way I usually perform, and I didn't look myself or feel myself. And it was just after me fight with Jack Grant in Dublin, that was my 5th fight in a year. So the Damien one being my 6th. So I knew. I said to my manager, I said I need a break. To my dad, I said I'm burnt out, you know, and I feel like I need a little break. But BAMMA and my dad, my manager, pushed for it. So the camp was a bit of a burden. Not a burden, but I was just sort of wasn't enjoying going to the gym as much as I usually do and whatever. And I wasn't looking for. I was more looking forward to being able to relax after the fight as opposed to looking forward to the fight, which is what I usually I can't wait for the fight, you know.
Yeah.
And the shitty things in camp didn't go well. So on the night I was sort of doubting going in. Something didn't feel right, and it showed, you know.
Yeah. So of course, as you mentioned, you had 7 bouts combined in 2014 and 15. Would you, you know, obviously, there's staying active, and then there's having too many fights, and of course you had too many fights, still got too much. Would you rather be, you know, ideally, how many fights per year would you like to have?
4 or 5 is probably enough. I probably just went over the mark, you know. I like to stay active.
Yeah.
I think I'd want more than 3, but no more than 5 at a push, you know.
Yeah.
I was
So
earlier on in my career, but I broke my hands about 3 times, so I had to have time off, you know.
yeah. Is that, you know, is your hand weaker than it was before? Now is it easy to break?
No, it broke. And my first full fight I had, the first punch it through, broke my hand. And then after that, they said we can either do surgery on it and it'll be fine, put a plate in it and stuff, or you can let it heal, but it'll be weak for a little bit. But obviously, every time you break it after that, it calcifies around the bone and whatever. So now I can probably punch a wall and it'll be all right. Not that I'm going to test that, but I've never had it since, you know.
Yeah. So you've had a little bit of time off now since the last fight. What's it like? What's it like to just relax and not be conscious? How are you feeling mentally and physically now?
It's weird. Like I've never not since I started fighting. Especially the last year, I've never not had a fight coming up. So I always train and stuff, but I enjoy fighting. So it's been a bit strange, and this is my job as well. So I'm not fighting since November. I get sponsors and stuff through the week to get me by, but I haven't been getting paid either. So I don't really like it, to be honest. But I enjoy my Christmas. That was good. But then, I would have rather afford a bit sooner than when I'm going to be fighting next.
Yeah. So am I correct in thinking you're a full-time fighter? You don't have a job on the side. You are completely dedicated to MMA.
Yeah, I'm complete. This is my full-time job. I'm fortunate. I'm lucky enough to have a sponsor, who pays me a little wage every week, my full sponsor, and it just covers me exes, and I wouldn't be able to. It's about house development, so it's a development company in Liverpool, and I wouldn't be able to do this without him. So I owe him a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, going into a fight, of course, you fight on your own in the cage, obviously, but going in training camp, and but outside the training, how much do the people around you, your family, your dad, of course, as you mentioned, is a big part. How much do they help you, and what do they do to help you prepare?
Like family-wise, not so much with team, or do you mean?
Yeah, family-wise, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, my nan and granddad they just say to me, just ring me after the fight, and so we know you're all right. I'll watch it if you win or whatever, and then, but apart from that, my dad's massively important to help me with everything. Obviously, he's been a manager for years and owned the Wolves there and stuff, so it's not like he's just helping his son. He knows what he's on about as well, and he's got really good advice, and I trust him over most people. And then all my mates and that always come to the fights, and it was tough last year for them maybe, but not so much that they come to all of them. What I'm trying to say, and there was a lot of fights. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh yeah, Jack's fighting again next in 2 months. Let's just leave that one because it's back to back. But
Yeah.
they come over to round and all stuff like that. So everything like that helps out a lot.
How you mentioned your nan and granddad obviously won't watch the fight, understandably. Yeah. How hard is it after a fight to phone them and say, "I've just been submitted"? How hard is that to do?
It's hard to do to anyone,
Yeah.
But they know, obviously, because after the fight and stuff, you gotta get like stupid stuff like get interviews or medical done or whatever. So you're not on your phone for like an hour. So usually they find out what's happened, but they're always. My granddad used to box as well, so he's not like, oh, you should have done that next. You'll get the next time. He's like, well, you should have done this and should have done that. You know what I mean? So we've got a little bit of an idea. But my nan just doesn't want to go on, so getting it. So, but it's tough telling anyone who's because when I fight as well, it's not just for me. I want to make people who come watch me and like support me proud as well. So having to go on and tell them not only got beat, that his performance terribly as well. It was a tough one. It was a tough one.
Yeah. Obviously, you're so used to winning. You've only had this is your second loss, and you'd won so many fights consecutively in such a short space of time. How different is it, sitting backstage after a win to kind of sitting backstage dwelling on a loss?
It depends how you lose. Like, I'm not gonna with the way he won and stuff, and like it was a good fight as well. It was a close fight. When he had him in the seconds and it was back and forth and whatever, and he didn't stop working. And I feel like I performed well, not great, but okay, good. But that last one, it wasn't even so much the loss. It was like I've watched it back now and it just knocked me sick. It's like looking at a different fighter. I wasn't even moving like myself, and I just looked at it and like that's a bag of shite. It was more so the performance than the loss. So I just knew after that one that I just knew I'd done awful, So I think it's more on performance than like say if you have a really close fight and you both perform well, that won't be that bad if it's a close fight or whatever. But Not that last one. It was hard.
Yeah. So if you could go back in time and you could erase, you've obviously lost the Mark DKC as you mentioned,
Yeah.
and Damien Lapis. Now, if you could erase only one of them losses, so that fight didn't happen, or you could do that fight again, which one would you choose to erase?
The Damien one, 100%.
Really?
Last one,
Would
yeah.
Was it kind of worse because you got was it worse that you got finished, or was it just that you performed below your usual standard?
I think it was, especially because I was coming off such a good performance from my last one as well. I think to go from one end of the spectrum to the complete the other end was tough, and that was also heartbreaking. So I think it was not so much to getting finished was that was horrible as well. But I think I just wasn't myself in there, and the whole thing was just it was a weird one. It was just weird. But it wasn't nice.
Yeah.
But if I could only pick one, I'd pick that one to go back.
Yeah. So I'll ask you about this. I mean, since Conor McGregor obviously lost the other week, tapped out. You obviously tapped the submission. What's your mindset? Would you, if you could do it again, would you not tap? Would you tap? What do you think about all the criticism of Conor for tapping?
I think I don't know. I think Conor's getting a lot more because he always says, you know, this happened to it. Why people happen to choke? You should go to sleep. So he's doing one thing, and then he always said like when people shooting fights in panic wrestlers, and he does it himself. So I think that's why he's getting so much slack for it, which is fair enough because he's just being a hypocrite there. But I've never said that. That last choke was on, and I don't know. I could have thought it was a bit more, but I just bad, and the choke, it was on. You know what I mean? I was gonna go to sleep, so I was just sad.
Yeah. So Damien Lapis is now fighting at BAMMA 25. He's fighting for the lightweight title. Does it kind of hurt you to know that if you would have won that fight, you could very well have been in that position fighting for the lightweight title now?
No, it's like bittersweet. It's like there was a lot of things. I think I was riding the Jack McGann knockout a bit for my last fight as well. So I was like, when the opponent's getting changed and all that, usually I have to take back and look at it. But I thought, oh well, I knocked him out last time, so I'll be shy. I'll just catch him and knock him out. But so and obviously it didn't work, and stuck me long in camp and that. So I think it was probably a good thing because now I went back and changed a lot of stuff. Not changed a lot of stuff, went back to basics on a few things, and just fixed a few little problems I had in camp. So I don't know. Who knows? It's not like you can say. I might have went on to beat him and then get the title as well. You don't know. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. What happens, and I'm just gonna go on from here.
Yeah. Did anything get mentioned to you by BAMMA about the title shot afterwards? Did anything get said to Damien about like anything like that?
No. I think it was just the only reason they wanted me to fight on that one was because, and we wanted to as well. It was my last fight on my contract, so
Yeah.
I could have, if it would have put me in a better position negotiation wise to get another win in. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was that, but no one mentioned any belts or any fights after that or whatever. So, but no,
Yeah.
me teammate for.
You've
Teammate, so they couldn't really.
go on.
I'm saying my teammate fought the same night for the belt, so they couldn't really say
Gavin
you when you're going to do
Sterling,
this. So
yeah, of course. So you've obviously been by numerous websites, even the biggest websites in the game. You've been linked with the UFC a few times now. How old? You're obviously 22 now, correct?
yeah, I'm 22 now. I'm 23 in May. So
Okay, so 22 now. How old? What's the oldest for you? Do you think the oldest you want to be in the UFC? You want to join the UFC?
what the oldest that I'd like to leave it, or when I'd like to go in?
The oldest you'd like to join the UFC?
I'd probably like to be. You see, if I have a good year this year and a good one next year, maybe the end of next year, something like that.
Have you had any, talks with the UFC? Have they contacted you at all yet, or is Have you not spoke to them yet?
No, I'm with BAMMA and they look after me and the great promotion. I'm on no rush anywhere. Probably, my dad's done a lot for them and we've worked with them for years. So I probably could at some point last year could have got in if he would have pushed it, but there was no push. So I didn't need to go anywhere. And I'm happy where I am at the minute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So your nickname, of course, is the Pilgrim. It gets brought up a lot. You're yet to tell anybody what it means. I'm not gonna ask you what it means, of course, but is there any plan at all to tell anybody? Like, are you ever gonna like tell anybody what that means?
Yeah, that's how my mates, like not my mates, but like few people know, but just for now, it's just just don't tell no one. Might tell you when I see you, but not on this.
Yeah, yeah. Is it like how many people know? Is it just close family that know?
Not like family, just a few of the lads in the gym and people like that. It's only a handful though. The only people
Yeah.
that like. So.
What is it? What I don't want to, I don't obviously don't want to talk too much about it, but is it kind of like referring to? Is it kind of like something serious that means something to you, or is it just a little joke?
No, it's more so the people. It's not to do. Some people think it's like religious or that, and it's not. It's not to do with religion. It's just the people who suggested the name. For them to do that was really was like a bit of an honour. So I just don't go around blabbing about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I understand.
Bit of a long
So,
story.
yeah. What's next? Obviously, last time I was at BAMMA 23, BAMMA 25 is coming up in May. What's next for you?
Well, my next fight basically signed. I think there's just a few little bits to getting on it. I can't announce it. I can't say when it is because the event's not been announced yet. But it's not soon. It's soon. I'll be 23 by the time I fight though, so it's after me.
Okay.
And it's a big fight, the biggest fight in my career. I'm made up with it. I can't wait for it. To be honest, I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. I'm excited myself, Jack. Just before I let you go, I want to ask you one question. So I've been asking everyone this: when you're done fighting mixed martial arts, when you've completely hung your gloves up and you're talking to your family or friends or whoever, what do you hope to say you achieved in the sport of mixed martial arts?
That I made loads of money and knocked loads of people out. That's what I like to say.
Jack, thanks for coming on. That was a perfect answer to kind of sum it up. Thanks for coming on, and hopefully I'll speak to you before and after your next bout.
Well, don't be.
Great. Right, there he is, Jack McGann. That was fun. I want to say I made lots of money and knocked loads of people out. That is a. There he is, Jack McGann. I want to say I made loads of money and knocked loads of people out. Perfect answer to sum up a perfect interview. That's Jack McGann said, of course, he has something lined up pretty much done, but obviously can't announce anything about it yet. I'm excited. I'm excited I get excited for any Jack McGann fight, but the biggest fight of Jack McGann's career is even more exciting. Let me just okay, so next up we have Matt Hallam. He's on in just like 2 minutes, so that shouldn't be too long. I just want to. Oh. So about this, I have. Right, of course, next we have Matt Hallam on. As I just mentioned, Matt Hallam coming off. He's coming off a disappointing thing, actually. Supposed to fight at BAMMA 24 in Dublin against Conor Cook in a very, very big fight. Fortunately, Conor Cook missed weight by, I think it was 5 or 6 pounds. And Matt Hallam did not end up fighting. Getting in touch with Matt now to see if he's ready. Shouldn't be too long for him, Matt. Matt. We have Matt on now. That was a fun interview with Jack McGann. As I said, just talking about his loss to Damien Lapalus. Said that it was all the kind of was getting too much of him, you know. As I mentioned, 7 fights in 2014 and 15. Sorry, in the last year for Jack McGann. So understandably, he had, you know, it was not easy for him. It makes me laugh. I want to say I made loads of money. So just got in touch with Matt Hallam, so he should be here soon. This is very, very frustrating. Okay, so Matt should be on very, very, very soon. Oh no. Do you know what? Funnily enough, I have not watched Misha Tate versus Holly Holm yet. I went to a friend's house to watch the fight. Firstly, I forgot my phone charger, so that was just. I had from about 10 p.m. until about 1 p.m. the next day. I had no phone, and it was so tough. It was a struggle, to say the least. So what happened is I was watching the card, and just before the coming event, of course, there was a little pause, and everyone was getting a little bit bored. And honestly, I was like, there's only a few of my friends that actually like MMA. The guys that I was watching it with are Conor McGregor fans, not UFC fans. They're just Conor McGregor fans. So everyone's bored, just like, blah, 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 let's go and do something. So we ended up in his back garden at about 5 a.m. in the morning playing football or soccer, you know. And when I came back in, I literally came back in just as Conor McGregor was walking out, and I was kind of like, "Oh wow, this is brilliant." And then I thought, "Hang on, have I missed something?" And and I went on Twitter, and it wasn't even my Twitter either. It was my friend's Twitter on his laptop. I went on Twitter on his laptop, and I was looking through it, and everyone was talking about Conor McGregor, and I was thinking, I forgot something. I I forgot something. And then I sat back down, and I was looking at the television, and I thought, I'm sure I forgot something. And then I realised that Misha taking the holiday home fought, and I was just like, what? I forgot. And I I actually didn't. I didn't, because I thought we were like, I thought we were out there in the garden for like 10 minutes. We were there for about 40 minutes, honestly. So we missed the whole fight. And I was just kind of like, wow, this is this is not good at all. But I still watched the, seen the finish shooting, I've seen a few highlights, but yeah, to watch the fight. Uh, so and I wasn't paying much attention to I was just too busy talking because it's just like people were saying Conor McGregor's on a fight. I mean, Conor McGregor's on a fight in one punch, and I was like, probably not, but he is probably not weighted to do that. Although yeah, Joe's was a featherweight. Isn't this a featherweight? No. What's the difference between featherweight and welterweight? Oh, when I really paying attention to the fight, just but it's tough. You know what? I'd rather watch mixed martial arts. I'd rather watch UFC events on my own than with friends because it just. I mean, I like watching it with. I mean, Twitter's the kind of thing where you can't communicate with people that really know what the sport, and I thought it's good. But when you're with friends that don't have a clue at all, it's like going to when people say, "Oh, never watch a movie with a girl." It's like that basically. You just don't they don't have a clue. Very frustrating. Let me just message. So no answer from Matt Hallam yet, so I'm going to get in touch with Tom Duquesnoy. I mean, it's it's 8:55 a.m. in Albuquerque, where it's training right now. It's training Albuquerque with Jackson, Jack McGann. Very smart choice to call Tom Duquesnoy. Tom. Right, before we got Jack on, we were talking. What were we talking? We were talking UFC Zagreb, weren't we? Well, I believe we're. Oh, we were talking UFC Zagreb earlier, definitely. So in the main event, of course, or tight fight between Big Ben Rothwell and Junior Dos Santos, that should be very, very, very fun. Really looking forward to that one. Actually, it's what a fight that should be. I just honestly, this one of the fights, though, it's kind of like, because it's a heavyweight fight between two of the hardest hitters in the UFC. People just say, "Oh yeah, it's not going to a decision," but I think it may. I think it may because it's very, very hard to knock Junior Dos Santos out. And it's also very, very hard to knock Big Ben Rothwell out. So unless somebody lands cleanly on the button with a massive punch, I think it may go to the decision. I think it may be a walk for 5 rounds and then end in the decision. Only because I think if somebody's going to get knocked out, it's going to be Ben Rothwell. I said this before, Chad Mendes trying to get a fight. I said if somebody's going to get knocked out, it's going to be Chad Mendes. And people saying, well, Frank Edgar got power. I said, yeah, we've got an unbreakable chin. And Chad Mendes' chin. But yeah, look, after the Jose Aldo, after the second fight, Jose Aldo, I started to worry about Chad Mendes' chin. I was just kind of like, he's been knocked out once, he's just been a while away his head on numerous occasions. And his chin may go in against Conor. Against Conor, his chin kind of stuck. It was not clean landed, The left hand knocked him down with a knockout punch. It hit him. He was already going down. He didn't block him, it didn't drop him. He just kept going into the ball. And that was not really good. Frankie, his chin was gone. His chin was really, really gone. It was a left hook that knocked him off. Face first, yeah. Face first and canvas. And he broke all the clubs. He was the last two. He was on the major ball arm away. Frankie would have started pounding on him. He was knocking out cold, or he may have missed the moon, but he would have finished him then. No reply from the no reply from Matt Hallam. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, there's the fact that I didn't send a message. Let's send the message. Yeah. Right. Little bit of rest. I went to BAMMA 27, BAMMA 24 on February 27th. Then the week after that, I was at. In fact, no, I went to ICE FC. I went to ICE FC 11 or ICE FC. I think it was 11. SFC 11, and then I went to BAMMA 27 the next weekend, and then I went to BAMMA 24, sorry, and then I went to FCC 15 the weekend after that. So I was just kind of warmed up. I mean, Ice was 5 minutes away from home, really. FCC was a 2 hour drive off the road. BAMMA, BAMMA was a little bit tricky in that, I had to go to get a ferry to Dublin, come back in Glasgow. That was tough. It was, I was kind of looking forward to thinking, wow, this is going to be really, really amazing. I can't wait for this. I was saying, I was kind of excited, like, yeah, I can't wait for this. This is going to be fun. But, I mean, it wasn't even the event. The events, just being at the events 24/7, being there, walking around and stuff like that, it's tough. But, I think the main thing the toughest thing is, the thing is actually preparing for them, because it takes me like a week to prepare for one event. So it was took me a week to prepare for Ice, and then after Ice, I had Sunday to do nothing, and then on Monday I was working for another week, and then after that I had Sunday off after BAMMA, and after BAMMA it really killed me, because it was kind of like I got back on Sunday, slept from about 2 p.m. on Sunday to about 5 p.m. and then I didn't even start preparing for FCC until the Thursday, actually, because I was so tired of BAMMA, like my sleeping pattern was out to sync. I was like, and then when it got to Thursday, it really hit me. I was kind of like, so at about 11 p.m. on Thursday night, I started preparing, and then I got like 2 pages of paper done, and then I thought, I'm gonna have to go to bed. I'll start tomorrow. So on the Friday, I just done it. I wrote 18 to 15 pages of work done in a day, and I woke up about 1. I woke up about, because I had a late night on Thursday. We woke up about 1 p.m. and from like 1 till 9 in the night, I was just sitting down, constantly working. I was just like, it was a ball, like. But it was worth it. I had a lot of fun in FCC, fantastic events, some really good fights, and it was fun. It was very, very fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the events to go to. Actually, I kind of prefer the event. I mean, when I first started going to events, I kind of preferred the event that let you go anywhere, like the. Sorry. So the small, when I first started, I was like, I prefer the smaller events to the bigger events, because the smaller events kind of let you anywhere. They let you in the cage, they let you cage side, they let you do whatever you want, whenever you want. But with like big guns like BAMMA, you sit in a room for 8 hours and you're just not allowed to take a step out. No, BAMMA are very, very nice. Basically what they do is they put you in a press box. It's not a press box, a press room, and you just sit there basically. Sit there, the fighters, they fight, they go and get a medical, and they come in. In fact, at BAMMA 23 in Birmingham, they were walking out where we were standing, so our press room was where they walked out. So it's kind of just like, wow, hello, you're about to fight in the biggest fight of your life, but hello. And so, right after the fight, they had a medical, and then that was it. Tom Duquesnoy should be around 5 minutes. He said he'll be ready in 5 minutes. It's obviously very early in Albuquerque. 10 minutes to 9 it is, so he's shouldn't be too long. As I was mentioning before, who was on the kit? Might have been Jack McGann actually. As I mentioned before, Jack joined, thinking about possibly doing this show pre-recorded, because there'd be less of the sitting around waiting and things like that. I could just message if I are you ready? Oh, give me 10 minutes. Just walk away and do something do whatever I wanted. Whereas now I kind of got to just sit and talk about the same things over and over again. It's not difficult. I'm not sat playing. I mean, I'm not sounding like Tom because I'm, Tom's just coming on at 4 p.m. It's 10 to 4, so he's coming up early for me, so he's doing me a favor. So good on, thanks. Right. So as I mentioned, Tom Duquesnoy is on next day. We have him at 10 to 4. About 4, he should be on sometime around there. And it should be pretty good. Oh, my back is not in a good way. Really not. Excuse me. Wow, so somebody said they're just getting the age for Nick Blackwell falling as dealing with pain. I mentioned he's in the just column at the moment. So he's, you know, unfortunately, he's in a bad way. But there's a £10,000 tie and £4,415,000 at the end of the day, so that was just phenomenal. So yeah, it's nice for him, and nice reward for him to right. So here we go. We have here's here. Tom, thanks for joining us. I know it's quite early in the morning. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, how's it going, John? I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. I'm great. So I'll get right into it, of course. And I know you're ready to train for your upcoming fight. You made your bantamweight debut last time out, and you knocked out Damien Rooney. Of course, have you got to fight back? And so, what did you think of your performance?
I feel good about that fight. You know, work have paid off. Like I got 3 months injured after Brandon's fight. After I got 3 months preparation, so I'll get some hurt to come back. And I'm just happy that everything that I work for works in this fight, especially the cow power who is back in my style.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, you broke your hand in the main event of BAMMA 22 against Duquesnoy. Was there any worry for you that your hand would not be as strong as it was before, and it'd be easy to break?
I can't hear you. You know that's like cut. I can't hear you like at all.
Sorry, I was just saying, was there any worry that your hand was not going to be as strong as it was before?
I can hear you, man. I will try calling you back. Okay?
Thanks.
Because that's like it cut your voice, and I can hear the full phrase.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, just go back here. Right, sorry about that. Tom, obviously a little bit of trouble there. I'm not sure what that's all about. He'll call back now and it'll hopefully be solved. Who knows? Let me just think. I'm not sure what happened. I could hear Tom fine, so right, let me fix this. Okay, we have him back. Is that any better, Tom?
Nah, it's not better, bro. Is there a way that we can pass by Skype?
Right, wait, hold on a second. Let me just send you a message on Facebook.
Yeah, like your voice is cut. It's like
I'll just,
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
By the way, you heard me good?
yeah, I can hear you fine.
I can go ahead.
Yeah.
I was lucky because I get in contact with a surgeon from Paris, and actually this guy is one of the best of the capital. So he fixed my thumb, man, and right now is actually the same than before. You know, just a little weak, so I still have to reinforce it. But he did an amazing job. So right now I can just fight like before, so it doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just going to comment just.
I watched him on YouTube and internet, all the fight that I can see, and he's a tough opponent, very well prepared each time he get into a fight. He's got a Muay Thai style. He's pretty strong on the upper body. He's got the abilities to shoot in wrestling at any moment of the fight. So I think it will be a good fight between us, an exciting fight, because we have like different style, and he likes to make a pressure, me as well. So it will be an exciting matchup configuration.
Yeah. So I'll just say another one.
As I said, it will be all about pressure. We will pressure each other. So I guess I have to take care about his takedown, because I think he will try to do it. But other than that, if he tries to keep the fight on the striking field, I'll be happy. You know that I like to strike in my fight. So yeah, without giving you the game plan, it would be as usual. I will find something during the fight. I will take something he give me, and I will take benefit of that. Fighting in bantamweight is for me better. Like, people are on my size, maybe taller sometimes, but we are on the same weight the day of the fight. Usually, since I'm like 18, the guys that I fight, they come back to 155, 160, 165 for the better. And I'm always get back the night of the fight, something like 145, something 140, 146, not more. So I always been disadvantaged. And right now the level in MMA is coming up, so it's coming better. So I just don't want to be disadvantaged by the size. So I just play in my good weight right now. Yeah, actually I'm in Jackson right now, and the coach and the atmosphere here is amazing. Like, everybody wants to grow up, everybody wants to be better together. The sparring doesn't try to hurt you. They know you prepare a fight, so they just want to help you, And Greg Jackson, you got Mike Wickerjohn, you got the wrestling coach Lovero, you got Brandon Gibson. You have all those guys who help me. There is other too, but I can't seat everybody, because a lot of people help me here, and I thank you for that. So here the atmosphere is just perfect for me. Albuquerque, there's not a lot of stuff to do, so you are like very focused on your thing. So for the moment, I really enjoy spending my camp over here. At the beginning, I was planning to live in the USA, and I do a 2-month trip on the West Coast to look which is the best team for me to continue my career and to live in a town. And so I start by Los Angeles. I went to Las Vegas as well, and I finished by Albuquerque. And eventually, Albuquerque is the best for me. Like, those people help me, the everything is good for me here. So I feel like it's my second house. So right now I plan to live here, like, for the rest of for the next of my career, if I can say. So that's it. And that's a honor that Greg Jackson will come with me now in Birmingham for my next fight. It will be the first time, actually. So it's kind of set up the details for the UFC, because it will be definitely in my corner for my UFC fight. So right now we can set up the first details of our collaboration. And yeah, it will be a honor for everybody, you know, for BAMMA as well. So it's like John Jones coming to BAMMA, you know. It's like Greg is like the reference of the coach all over the world. So it's I think it's a honor for everybody, and this guy is very humble too. So it will be a honor for him. So everybody is growing up for that. I train with a lot actually. You have a lot of people here. Some example is today I spare with Herb Swanson, BG Penn. There is Diego Brandao, Diego Sanchez. You got all those guys who are in UFC, who went to UFC, who will go to UFC later. So all those guys helps you a lot, you know. And as I say, this is a good atmosphere, so they just try to help you, you know. So you improve your style every day because you have a sparring of quality. I still have to fight in BAMMA, and one is for the next fight for the title. Afterwards, maybe I will get a shot on another belt. You never know. Maybe the Lonsdale belt. You know, I just love the belt, so I will stop when I will have more belt than pants. You know, so the team. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just focused on the next fight right now. Hopefully, I will unify the two belts, and after that, we'll see. I still, yeah. Speaking of the UFC, I still have good contact with them. We keep update each other from from the news and etc. So we're still in good contacts. I just wait. As I say, the problem for me is not the timing, because I can get in UFC pretty easy. You know, the thing for me is to be ready 100% to 100%. When I feel ready, I will go to UFC. I feel ready to fight like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 fights in UFC, but for the top 5, top 10, it will be more difficult. So I feel like if I take my time, if I set up the details here in Albuquerque, if I do a real camp here like 3 or 4 months before UFC fight, I will be more ready for UFC fight. So right now it's just about I just get I am 22 right now, 23 in June actually. So I gotta hold my time. You know, I still have this long-term vision, and on the business field, the long-term vision is the one who pay the more as well. Oh, when you know, this sport, it's like a trip, so with a destination, but the most important is not the destination, it is the trip to go to the destination, because you will meet a lot of people, a lot of good people, you know. You will learn from yourself, you will learn from myself, you will learn from everybody. So what I will achieve as a professional MMA fighter will be good, because it makes me, that's what I do for a living. But I don't know, you know. The thing that I hope is that I had a good life, that I share this good life with the people I like. You know, we respect everybody, don't make any bad. You know, just want to live my life and get rich in what I do, and don't hurt people feeling like I don't want to be a bad man. So just working on my stuff, do it with the people who does it, and that's it.
Okay, you, you are the nicest guy that gets into the cage and fights. Thanks for coming on, and hopefully I'll speak to you after your win, after your fight, and hopefully you'll win.
Yes. See you now, John, and thank you for the interview. See you.
Okay, thanks. There he is, Tom Duquesnoy fight. That was the I was sending him messages on Facebook, and he was replying to them because he couldn't hear me because there was a problem with the connection. I don't know. That was fun. It's always a pleasure to speak to a star as big as Tom Duquesnoy, and that's fun. So today we have a guest on my phone maker. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. So we had Shay Walsh. We had Shay Walsh on to start the show. I want to be remembered as not only exciting, but somebody who can adapt to every single style and is ready to go against anybody, said Shay Walsh. Then we have Paul Byrne on. Paul Byrne said, I want to prove to myself and to everybody else that I can mix it up with the best in the world. And then we had Scott Askham. Scott Askham said, I am in this to be the champion. I believe I can be world champion. Following that, we had Jack McGann. He said, I want to say I make loads of money and knock loads of people out. That is wise words. And then to finish off, just then we had Tom Duquesnoy on. And Tom said, the trip is the most important, not the destination. You meet so many good people on the trip. The destination should not be thought about too much. Right, I think we're going to wrap it up there. I think we've done so. Phenomenal episode. Huge thank you to Shay Walsh, to Paul Byrne, to Scott Askham, to Jack McGann, and to the fire kid, Tom Duquesnoy. That was very, very fun. And hopefully you join me next episode. And join me next episode. And I'll have a when do I edit this? I never disappoint. I will have a selection of fantastic guests who you can enjoy and you can listen to and you can look at and everything like that. So a huge thank you to everybody. Shay Walsh, Paul Byrne, Shay Walsh, Scott Askham, Jack McGann, and Tom Duquesnoy for Team Matt Hallam. Make it this time. We'll try and get on another time. But for now, thank you for watching. This is the third episode of the MMA segment. This is the MMA segment number 3, and we are out. Thank you for watching.